the Love Like Love for Earth YouTube channel. I wanted to talk about together as one the three X-class solar flares that have emerged from one sunspot on Thursday. The reason I want to talk about that is because number one, X-class flares are very powerful. Number two, that one sunspot released lots of solar flares, three X-class flares within 24 hours. Number three, I feel that it's a warning to us that if we don't prepare ourselves now, we are in trouble. Because the preparation should be done more on the spiritual level, not so much on the material level, where we're buying. Some people they go to the store, they buy a lot of refrigerators. I've heard that, and ice boxes, because they're trying to stuff as much food as possible. That's not going to help us, folks. We may not even have power. But what is going to help us, all of us as a community, collectively, is to purify our heart the best way that we can. And the way we purify our heart is to pray, ask for mercy, give praise, ask for forgiveness to the one Creator, and then try to help one another. Try to learn to live in brotherhood and sisterhood and unity, and not so hard trying to say me, I need, I want, I need, I, but try to say we need this. If you live in a community, try to be kind to one another. If the other person needs help, if you can help them, and try to help them spiritually is the most powerful way to help anyone. And try to forgive. Forgiveness release karma. Relieve your karma. Try to forgive others and not hold them accountable for every little thing. Because right now we are under lots of stress, lots of pressure. Even it happens to me. I go to the store, the cashier picks on me, or the security guard picks on me, and I take it personal, and I make a mistake because we are not in our right planet at this time. We are under lots of energy that are interfering with this beautiful preparation. Because remember, this is the last days. The planet is facing this beautiful light. This is what's coming into the planet, folks. This light is amazing. This is godly light coming from the sun to manifest what is beautiful, what is love. And meanwhile, don't forget, the dark forces means they cannot handle this light. They gotta go. It's either the light doesn't come or they have to go. As a result, they are trying to interfere with us through electricity, folks, so that our mind, our thoughts are constantly being beautiful, nice people, innocent people, but they are trying to interfere to all of us with the electricity. So that's why we have to pray and pray and pray. Look at this.
And then to continue with this, I wanted to show you the sunspots according to NASA. This was a sunspot that was released all these solar flares over the between Wednesday night at 6 o'clock to Thursday. One of them was 1.9, and another one 7 hours later was 1.7, and the other one the next day on Thursday was 6.3. So this was like the one that was released. And I also want to show you what the sunspots looks like. So all of these, this is all coming from NASA. All of these came from that particular sunspot number 3590, and that's the sunspot that you see here in full display. If you go on NASA, you're gonna find it. And I wanted to mention briefly how NASA the Space Weather Prediction Center, they showed you the evolution of that particular sunspot 3590. And if you could see here, on the 19th of February, they were studying it very carefully. On the 22nd, you see how it grew. On the 25th, you see how it just went out of hand. And on the 27th, you see how it was. It's completely, you could see the evolution of the whole. If you go on Goda, you could see it. This is just very good to have access to get familiar with the Space Weather Prediction Center. That's very, very helpful. And right here is a scale of the solar flash. This is from NASA Solar Flare Guide. B is lowest, C and M, and X is the most powerful. The Carrington event, which occurred back in I believe, I forgot the year exactly. I'd have to go back and look it up. But it occurred in 1859. It was a big white light, very similar. It was an X-class flare, and it was a big white light, very similar to this particular light, like this one. More importantly, very similar to like this big flash. And then he reported that he saw a white light flare, and it came into planet Earth as a major CME and that was in 1859, close to the solar maximum. Solar maximum is when the sun is at its highest, and so we need to be attention to that. That's the reason I've decided to do this video, is to make us aware of the fact that we have to like start. I'm gonna play this video for you guys from NASA, and it talks about what is an X-class flare. In my view, we should all get familiar and understanding what is an X-class flare. It is something that we all need to do, and so this was here. I want to show this quickly. No, never mind. Here it is. This one here. I'm gonna leave you guys with this video. It explains to you from NASA go there. You could go on YouTube and find it. What is an X-class flare? I think it's important for every citizen of this planet to understand. Those are sunspots. Those are like when the sun is at its maximum. So I'm gonna leave you with this video, and that you could see it for yourself.
Every 11 years, as the sun reaches its maximum activity, they become bigger and more common, and that increases the chances that one will significantly affect Earth. So what are these solar eruptions? A solar flare is basically an explosion on the surface of the sun, ranging from minutes to hours of length. Large flares release enough energy to power the entire United States for a million years. Flares happen when the powerful magnetic fields in and around the sun reconnect. They're usually associated with active regions, often seen as sunspots, where the magnetic fields are strongest. Flares are classified according to their strength. The smallest ones are B class, followed by C, M, and X, the largest. Similar to the Richter scale for earthquakes, each letter represents a tenfold increase in energy output. So an X is 10 times an M and 100 times a C. Within each letter class, there is a finer scale from 1 to 9. C-class flares are too weak to noticeably affect Earth. M-class flares can cause brief lunar blackouts in the poles, and minor radiation storms that might endanger astronauts. It's the X-class flares that are the real juggernauts. Although X is the last letter, there are flares more than 10 times the power of an X1, so X-class flares can go higher than 9. The most powerful flare on record was in 2003 during the last solar maximum. It was so powerful that an infralunar descent was measured. It cut out at X17, and the flare was later estimated to be about X45. A powerful X-class flare like that can create long-lasting radiation storms which can harm satellites, and even give airline passengers flying near the poles small radiation doses. X flares also have the potential to create global transmission problems and worldwide blackouts. The seriousness of an X-class flare pointing at Earth is why NASA and NOAA constantly monitor the sun. NASA's heliophysics fleet of spacecraft can now see the sun from every side and in many different wavelengths. This unprecedented coverage is enabling scientists to predict and detect space weather events like flares and CMEs with ever greater accuracy. With advanced warning, governments and companies can take steps to protect their technological infrastructure so that the worst scenarios will never happen.
All right, now I just want to say this very briefly. This particular sunspot, which is the sunspot 3590, which released within 24 hours 3 X-class flares. This is the reason why I played a video from Goddard, NASA Goddard, was to give you an idea of X-class flares, and that we should all educate ourselves. This is for self-educational purposes that I played that video, because I don't think people realize the importance, the power of what is coming. Our lives are about to change. All of us, every being on the planet, every animal, every plant is about to experience a major change in lifestyle and existence. And to not know what is an X-class flare, to not know that the sun is at solar maximum, not solar minimum, to not know the difference between solar minimum and solar maximum puts you actually at a major disadvantage. So therefore, it is extremely important that we, every one of us, educate ourselves on what is a solar flare, what a solar flash, what does it mean, and we are at the 75,000 years cycle of the planet. So that means the planet has had three major cycles every 25,000 years. So this is a 75,000 year point, meaning from this point on, the planet has gone from being like a dark planet to a love light planet. Beings of the love light are going to shine if you want to take that ride with with what's happening, and those of and the practicing darkness are going to be, according to divine justice. So the point I'm trying to make is that it is our personal business to understand what are solar flares, and the primarily understand X class flare. That is the most important thing. Understand X class flare, understand how it's going to impact our lives. It's going to be a lot more than impacting technology. Everything that is man made will be heavily impacted by the solar flare when it's the major one that is scheduled to happen to us in the planet. Okay, I hope this makes sense. I'm going to keep making videos on this. If you have any questions, welcome to send me a text. Drop me a memo, and thank you for watching. Much love, and keep up with the prayers, and keep your heart at peace. It's key, peace. Thank you. Bye.